we should learn from this. We should take experience from this one, because we are still going to have something more than COVID-19 in future. We don't know. 2 years ago, we don't know anything about COVID-19. If we talk about Ebola, Ebola came and went. We talk about Lassa. Lassa came from Congo, DCR. So you can imagine, we may even have another one that will make, okay, all of you go down. I mean, luckily, the world has been able to contain it somehow. They say, okay, maintain certain distance, wash your hand, and this and that. Okay, that is good. But as far as I'm concerned, we must learn a lesson from this exercise. Most of the people who are decision makers today are the youth, and the tendency is that you want to be rich. I mean, when you take money that is meant for curing sick people and you embezzle it, then you have no cause to be alive. It was just teaching us and forcing us to read, but with Cain. If it gives you 5 questions, you'll miss 1, 6 lashes. If you miss 2, 12 lashes. So some of us, we will do it and get no lash at all. Well, the formal education that Afe Babalola had in his life is grade 3 teacher's course, nothing more. When he had this problem, he took O level and passed. He took A level and passed. He took BSc economics and passed. At home, he didn't go anywhere.
That's Afe Babalola. Yes, it's a very beautiful, lovely moment somewhere in Lagos. Today has been a very beautiful day. We have to take off from another end to another end, and we are in the house of a great Nigerian, an elder statesman, an accomplished man of intellect, a man who has contributed so much to the business of technology in Africa, particularly in Nigeria. He is known as the godfather of private telecommunication business, right from the days of the CDMA technology down to the days of the GSM. And today he's also playing a very prominent role in that sector, especially in the service provider sector. He's a great man that we have looked for in the last 50 years. And tomorrow is going to be his birthday. It's a historic one, it's a great one, and we're very privileged. After several trials in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, one of his sons has led us into his presence. I'm talking of High Chief EZEKIEL Olasunmoye Fatoye, the founder and one of the promoters of the defunct Multilinks, and one of the promoters of Petranes Business Nigeria. We are very honored to be with you, sir, today, and it's a very great honor. Anytime we are with you, it's like we are sitting in front of an oracle. So, sir, first and foremost, how will you define yourself at this age, and how do you feel? Everybody has been greeting you. There's been a lot of greetings from friends on the phone, wishing you a happy birthday, and it's just few hours to your birthday. How do you feel, sir, Daddy?
First of all, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. But if God will, by tomorrow I should be 82. I thank God for that. At least for every single day you spend on this planet, you should thank God. It's the wish of God to keep you on, to keep you going. Thank you very much.
So I want to ask you that. What is the biggest lesson life has taught you? I mean, getting to 82 in a country like Nigeria is not an easy job, because the United Nations, I think it's the World Health Organization, says that I think it's 50 years, they put it, or latest 55. But by the special grace of God, we have a man who is the father of many children, and today you're a grandfather, and you are doing 82. What has life taught you, and how have you been able to achieve or to get to this level in very wonderful good health?
First of all, in the country Nigeria, you have to put yourself below water if you have to survive, because there are so many problems, so many tribulations in the country, so many interests. What is important, I always tell myself, is in politics, nothing is permanent. Only your interest is permanent. No position is permanent. You can be here tomorrow, be there tomorrow, because of your own decision. So, as far as I'm concerned, I just keep low, just keep myself above water, and that is how I've been going until today.
A lot of people will say, what they say, what do you eat, and how are you able to, because what do you think people should eat to be able to get to that age fitted? Because a lot of your age mates, even in the defunct Nigerian telecommunications limited, most of them have passed away and all that. So what is the secret of living up to this age? That's the question, sir.
First of all, I eat anything. Anywhere I go, if I go to the east, if I go to Calabar, I eat ikeko. If I go to Owerri, I eat Owerri. Anywhere I go, if I go abroad, if I go to any African country, I want to take their staple food. I go to Uganda, Nairobi, and all these other countries, I eat what they eat. And I'm very pleased with it.
But do you believe a lot of people wake up and you see them start jogging in an estate like this, people jogging and not jogging? Do you believe in eating your pounded yam, then after finishing, you start jogging around the estate, sir?
Well, I used to walk. Okay. Walking is better than jogging. You just walk gradually. But now that I'm a bit advanced, I can't walk properly. Okay. I just do my exercise in the house.
So, what are those hobbies that you did when you were young, and at this age you find them difficult to do? Because some people say, oh, when I was young, I love clubbing, I love doing games and all that. So what is the correlation between those age and now?
First, I love watching football. I don't really like clubbing as such, because you go to club, you have to drink. If you don't drink, you are not social. But you have to people will offer you beer here, wine there. I stop drinking, I don't smoke. So as far as I'm concerned, you take life easy. You don't have too much that you can take. You take everything as it comes.
I want to put it to you that what do you think a lot of young people of this age are missing? The young people of your age were able to they adapted to hard work. It was a natural lifestyle to be hardworking, to be innovative, and to be courageous in your own days. But looking at it today now, those virtues are almost not found anywhere. People want to get money easily and all that. So how are you able to do it in your age?
I think, first of all, what I see nowadays is that people are too anxious. They want to be rich. They want to ride the best car. They want to live in the best house in the money can affect. A 20-year-old boy want to buy Lamborghini. They want to buy Bentley. They want to buy very expensive cars. Young boys. That's why they take it to drug, what they call Yahoo now, or any other thing. That's exactly what they do. Because they can't wait. They are too anxious to make it. There is profit in hard work. If you work hard, even if it is not yielding much now, it will eventually. If you just take it easy, have focus, plan your life, and assess yourself every year to say, have I really achieved what I want to achieve this year? Next year, you work more on whatever you want to achieve, and you find that eventually you get there if God gives you the life.
I want to put it to you that you had you have children that are very well trained. In the last 20 years I've known you, I've seen your children, all of them are trained. One is a lawyer, and we have like one an engineer, and the other one is a businessman. You have well trained children, and today your first grandson has given you a great granddaughter. How are you able to train these children? What was the philosophy you used to guide them, that they were well mannered, and at the younger age they were able to catch up? I mean, a lot of fathers in those days, they say fathers romance the rod, but today now it is a different ball game. So why are you able to do that?
Well, first of all, they know that I'm very strict, even their friends, because most of their friends stay with me. They are now big guys like this boy was in MTN. Wale, good luck. They all assemble in my house, all their friends, and but I treat them as if I'm treating. If you are bad, I cane you. If you do something that is naughty, you get a cane from me. So that is the way I treat my boys. If you want to work hard, if you have to work hard for yourself, you have to face your own. You have to bring yourself up. You have to bring yourself up seriously.
So you didn't spare the rod?
No, never. They give them punishment, all type of punishment. Stool down, stand on this thing, and smoke a cigar. No.
You call it cigar, bossa?
You put your hand.
Yes. Because cigar was a very terrible, dangerous punishment.
Yes. Yes.
They will never forgive you for that, sir. But I think they are grateful for it, sir.
Oh, yeah, I think they're okay now. They are 50, so they're okay now.
Let me tell you, in the society today now, just now we have the lockdown, and you see a lot of communities, they are not guiding themselves. There are a lot of wrong people in the community, people that are burning houses, stealing and looting. What advice do you have for parents of today? A lot of parents indulge their children. They don't want anybody to train them. If a teacher beats them in the school, they go there to fight the teacher. If somebody spank their children in the neighborhood, they go and fight the person. Was it like that in your own days? And what do you think parents of today are lacking? And how is it influencing the society?
I think that is very, very bad. If God gives you a child, you must be able to train that child to where he can be respectable in future. But if you let your child go all sorts of places and become a very, very bad person in the community, that's why we have all these crimes in the country. I was just listening to the news today. They say a gang of 200 young boys between 20 and 30. They went on looting. And yes, they have parents. The parents, they know that this boy he has not done anything, and he comes home with a lot of money. What do you do? I think we parents are responsible for some of these things. If there is a punishment, the parents should share in the punishment.
For instance, I live in a compound, and a new tenant came in. Her children were so wayward, they were so garrulous, and you see some of the sons, they put earring, and anytime you talk to them, their mother come and fight you. The other day I said they should not open the gate. They like opening the gate, and I said we're in terrible, interesting times, and their mother fought me. So yesterday that their father is a very humble person, and I wonder, the third son even have a child. He's not married to the girl is living with them, the grandchild is living with them. There's no proper upbringing. How do we stop this?
That is the way we are going. We have gone too far. We have left it. We have lost everything. I don't know how we can overcome it. It's the way we can look at what is happening today. There is lockdown. Yeah. If you are working and you don't have any money in your pocket, you face this lockdown, and it will be very terrible for you, because even if they allow you to go and buy something in the market, you don't have anything to have money to buy it, and you don't know when the lockdown is going to finish. So if you say everything I get today, I will drink with it, I will finish everything I have, you end up being in real trouble. I think it's a warning to everybody that what we're having today, this lockdown that we're having today, and it's not only in Nigeria, all over the world. There is no country in the world that is not facing the same problem. That is a lesson that people should learn. Our children, the children's children should learn as they are growing up that there must be a future. You must save for the rainy day.
You must plan.
Yes.
So, talking about the lockdown, it's the biggest issue in the country now. You look at the lockdown, you see that it exposed the deficiency in the health sector. You look at the lockdown, you see that it exposed deficiency is in youth development, because most of the youths are now criminals. They are into courts, they rob, they do all sort of things. You look at the COVID-19, you see that it reveals even the deficiency in religion, where the pastors are asking people to pay online without coming to church, begging people to pay. They are not even thinking of the welfare of the people. Then you look at the deficiency syndrome, you see the political mismanagement. Politicians are looting even the money that are being submitted for disaster management. They reloot it and all that. What is your greatest pain about this lockdown and the COVID-19? How are you handling the experience?
Luckily enough, COVID-19 is not only limited to Nigeria, it's all over the world. It's not a disease that a rich man can run to. When you have COVID-19, you run to another country to say you go for treatment. There is no such thing. I think, like I said, it's a learning curve for us. We should learn from this. We should take experience from this one, because we are still going to have something more than COVID-19 in the future. We don't know. 2 years ago, we don't know anything about COVID-19. If we talk about Ebola, yes. Ebola came and went. We talk about Lassa. Lassa came from Congo, DCR. So you can imagine, we may even have another one that will make, okay, all of you go down. I mean, luckily, the world has been able to contain it somehow. They say, okay, maintain certain distance, wash your hand, and this and that. Okay, that is good. But as far as I'm concerned, we must learn a lesson from this exercise. We have time to prepare for the future. I mean, I agree that many money that is given for various things could be looted, and that is part of the society, part of the problem in the society. You find that most of the people in power are under 60, because we are 60, we are retired. Most of the people who are decision makers today are the youth. And the tendency is that you want to be rich. I mean, when you take money that is meant for curing sick people and you embezzle it, then you have no cause to be alive. I mean, it's unbelievable, it's unthinkable. Yes. So I hope we shall learn from this, from what is happening today. People will be able to know when to call it a quit.
Let me ask you this question, sir, that if you find a situation where you meet the president of this republic, President Muhammadu Buhari, what are you going to tell him? How are you going to tell him to handle this situation? Because you look at CNN, you see the way President Trump is running around. He looks almost tired, fagged up. In Nigeria, there's a lockdown, and people are saying hunger is deadly than lockdown, that leave us, let's go and eat. Let's even die of coronavirus than being locked at home. In the night now, people cannot sleep. A lot of people safeguard their communities and all that. What are you going to tell President Buhari to do, and how do you think you should handle this issue?
There is little President Buhari can do. Look at what is happening in other places. Look at Italy. Their president went down and said, I'm tired. I don't know. I've got to my limit and there's nothing I can do. And it's that serious. America today, yesterday, they had the largest 2,000 people die in one single day for this. If you see somebody that is suffering from this epidemic, you feel sorry, because somebody who cannot breathe and is struggling to breathe, they tie you on your bed because you cannot breathe. It's that serious. You struggle and try. It's not easy at all, and the whole world is not stupid for what is happening today. And there is nothing. What do I expect Muhammadu Buhari to do? Do I want him to carry food, and he has taken money, he gave it to the less privileged people, 5,000 naira, they say. I don't know whether it comes to Lagos or Ogun or whatever. But at least they have implemented that. If others don't have it, they should shout, we are not getting it.
A lot of people are shouting that they are not getting it, actually. Because a lot of people are saying the lockdown Abuja, lockdown Ogun, lockdown Lagos, and there's that sharing money from Nasarawa that is not lockdown.
You'll find that lockdown is not a bad thing for us. It's a way of saving us. If one person can contaminate 1,000 people, and 1,000 people can contaminate, and that will wipe out Lagos within 1 1 month, nobody will be able to stand it, and you cannot escape. You can't say because I'm having this. Look at what is happening between Mexico and United States. Americans are now trying to run to Mexico because of this corona.
Yes.
And this man was trying to build a fence so that they don't come to America.
Yes, Donald Trump was trying to build a wall against Mexico, but now Mexico are not joining. Americans are not joining to Mexico.
Yes.
Is that reality? That irony.
Well, it's not, that is the taste of the day. That is what is happening. Because this disease is so bad and it's easily spread. It's not. It's like we are here now because if somebody has it in the plane, and in the plane it touches seats all over the place before it gets to the seat. Anybody that touches that place is going to catch it unless his resistance is very strong. Otherwise, it's a dead man. And that is where that is the big problem. The only thing that they say they are going to employ 1,000 people in each local government as a result of this problem. At least 1,007, that will be 774,000 people that will get employment in the country out of this because of this problem. If they do that, at least, and they give them minimum wage, then we are going to be better. At least many people will be employed.
So you are an elite, and most of you elites, when you are sick, you have headache, you have cough, you fly abroad, you have your doctors in London, in Germany, and all that. But what does this tell you? Because you are in the elite cadre, and we cannot wish that off the record.
I'm not really elite. I'm a commoner like every other person.
Say Chief is a commoner.
I know that people go abroad to look for medicine, to cure themselves. Surely, what did they do? I'll tell you one example. There was a year I was in Switzerland, Geneva. I went for a conference. Then I got malaria. I went to, from the World Health Organization, ITU is where I went to. It's one of the major, the International Telecoms Union. I went to the hospital. They didn't know they were giving me something. I said, what I'm having is malaria. So I went to the chemist and said, please give me Nivacui. So he gave me, and I took it. 2 days I was fine. I went back to that doctor. I said, do you know what? This is exactly what I said. What is malaria? They don't know malaria anymore.
In Switzerland?
They don't.
You've eradicated malaria
completely.
My Lord Jesus.
Go and look at the medical book to say, what is this malaria that I'm talking about? And that is the situation. So people go up. I was talking to my cousin yesterday. He was sick in London. So I called him this one. I said, have you seen the doctor? I said, for what? He said, he's using Nigerian drug. I said, for God's sake, you are in London. At least let them do the test first. That is how life is. And that's my cousin. 2 years ago, the wife was diagnosed with cancer more than 2 years ago. And she went to do all the chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy.
He went through 18, which is the maximum. At the 18th one, they said he should go home and die. Then he started using because I read on the internet that this cancer is lack of vitamin 17, B17. If you have fruit which contains vitamin 17, you go and the woman tried taking soursop and other drugs, and she came back. Then she went back to the same hospital where she was condemned to death. She said, why did you do it? What did you do? They were surprised.
So they were even confused. They didn't know the solution.
Yes, they did. They have spent so much money. If you go to internet, Google soursop, they will tell you that cancer is 10,000% better than chemotherapy. Because what they do is that they kill good cell and bad cell when they give you chemo. They use a ray to destroy the cell, and that cell will be destroying good cell and bad cell, and eventually the person will die. They will die more of the chemo than the cancer itself.
So natural food can heal it.
Yes.
Natural food.
If you look at, just go into Google it on your internet and see what they saw. They said the the research, they have spent so much money on research. The pharmaceutical farm all over the world, they have spent so much, and they don't want you to find a simple way for it because they have to make more money.
From those that misfortune.
Yeah, I don't believe that we don't have any. We have mercy in our society. I'm sure that this corona, with this corona that we have today, if you look at our drug very well, they will get a solution. And somebody, I think Kabiyesi said he has a nice answer to it. Oni.
Yes. It's prayer majesty.
And the former professor who he said the Igbos have developed something, and they are yes, they are testing it now. I mean, there is nothing that we have been having. I was told that in 1918 they had some this was flu. Yeah. Now we have everybody has
Spanish flu.
They don't have space for it at that time, and
they developed the medicine.
They developed medicine. And that will be the same thing with this one.
So it's going to generate its own solution.
Yes. Because let us be.
Necessity is the father of invention.
Yeah, let us be guinea pig at the moment, but we are going to overcome it.
So if you have an appointment in London now, will you be able to go?
Appointment to do what?
Maybe to give a lecture or a conference.
No, I mean nobody is going to come to London now. They cannot even travel out of Nigeria. London will not allow you to come. It's that bad. The situation is a bit bad, but to be a passing pace, we are going to overcome. We only pray that we don't be a victim of it.
Amen, sir. We are not going to be a victim. What do you think Nigeria need at this time? Because we are rounding up now. What do you think Nigeria really needs? We look at the country that we call our own country, and it appears that democracy is not working. And some people are saying maybe military era was even better. But did you agree with them, sir?
Opportunities. I mean, when you sit down and say, Dubai is like anywhere in the world, the most beautiful place in the world. Yeah. When you compare with Paris or UK or any other city, you say, oh, this place is very beautiful. We had the opportunity to do that. We have wasted a lot of our resources, which is almost impossible to recover. Take for instance, we are talking of crude oil. Crude oil is going to eventually go to $10 per barrel. And eventually nobody will buy crude oil anymore because people are already planning to change petrol cars to electric cars. And they have a target. Some countries have said that by so time you must not manufacture this type of cars anymore. Yeah. So Nigeria should have been thinking, what shall we do in case we fall into this situation? Because in that case, you charge your car in your house. Yeah. I've seen it work. You can last 400 kilometers before you recharge it. And where do you want to go? If we are going to Benin, you will get there before and you get it in your house, or you go to any petrol station. You slide there, you plug your this thing, and that is it. And now we need to think seriously about that. How do we reverse the situation? Because even if we have ending, find petrol everywhere in this world, if nobody is going to buy it, what will it be?
It becomes useless.
It's going useless, and that is what is going to happen. Those people have used their money well. Will then begin to sit down now and begin to? They don't have to do it. They have to just maintain it. We have the time we have lost. If you take nearly 40 years that we have this, about 60 years we have discovered crude oil. 1958, Olebiri.
Yes, Olebiri in Bayelsa. From Port Harcourt.
Yes, if we have used the opportunity today, Nigeria will be completely different. Completely different.
Will you say that our political class messed up?
Well, the buck starts on their table. The buck starts on the government's table, because they have to take responsibility.
Rounding up, sir, in 82 years, who are those people you want to be grateful to that have colored your life in a beautiful way?
The first person I will be grateful to is God Almighty, that has brought me to this stage. Well, there are people I always like to remember from my youth. One of them that is still living is Chief Afe Babalola. He molded me in a way years back, far back in 1960, 1952, 53. He was my teacher, and in fact, he made me love mathematics. He was, I told him, in fact, I used to joke with him that in his autobiography, he didn't mention what he did when he was teaching us. Because it's a good thing that can bring junior ones up. What did he do? He was just teaching us and forcing us to read, but with cane. If he gives you 5 questions, you'll miss 1, 6 lashes. You miss 2, 12 lashes. So some of us, we will do it and get no lash at all. So when we want to take entrance, you take entrance. We all passed entrance examination to secondary school. And from class 1 till I took my school start, I didn't learn anything new in arithmetic. I've done everything in my elementary school age.
It fast tracked you.
And you see, when you look at it, because of the cane, he lost his job. He didn't mention it in the autography.
That was a sad experience. They say cane the boy and the legs became paralyzed.
It was my classmate. The boy was my classmate. He caned him and he got blood clotted. They say the parents went to report to the education, and the inspector of the education came to the school. It was during the holidays, and we were sitting in the class learning. When he saw that the patient was coming, he jumped from the window and ran away. He left. But he was a very good man. And you know what he did? It was the best opportunity for him. Well, you know, the formal education that Afe Babalola had in his life is grade 3 teacher's course. Nothing more. When he had this problem, he took O level and passed. He took A level and passed. He took BSc economics and passed. At home, he didn't go anywhere.
That's Afe Babalola.
Afe Babalola.
Can you say he's genius?
All he did was that after that, he went to London for 18 months and became a lawyer. So it was, would that not encourage a young boy?
It's a good encouragement.
They put you on suspension. During suspension, you are reading and taking exam and passing. When they finish, they said they terminated his appointment as a teacher, but he's got BSc, he can work in a higher place. So it's something that could. I discussed it with the officer in Ibadan before he moved to Ekiti, because he remember it very well. His brother was my classmate then. His junior brother, I don't know, he's there now, Marcus.
You say that is the reason why he was able to create abroad.
Because he knew that education is so basically important. I'm sure that is why he created. When God gives him money, say, why don't I spend it to bring people up? And he doesn't limit the application to Ekiti people alone. He takes everybody, whether Nigeria, outside Igbo. That's why when you see him advertise, you say, this university is a united Nigeria, because we don't discriminate where the students are coming from.
So it's one of your major inspirations.
That is in my elementary school days.
Which other person you remember?
The other person I can talk about is my MD in NET, old NET. Okay. Nigerian telecoms. He's gone now. He's dead now. He died at the age of 97. He is somebody who is also practical.
Pragmatic.
Well, yes. It's like one person is dead too, Mr. Bodede. He's a very good engineer. But it is so interesting that he doesn't assume that he knows practical, that he knows too much. If you teach him something, we do this one, we get this result. But the following day, we'll be teaching you how to get better results. That is the type of person Bodede was.
Bodede? Is he from Gbongan?
No, he's from Ekiti, from Usi Ekiti. He's so brilliant that you just give it an idea, it's going to come with a big resort. Then, like after I told you, was the main behind Necom House. That's tall building.
Brain behind NECOM.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody.
No, after.
Okay. Avna.
That's why it's from Lagos.
Okay.
Victor after today after.
He's a friend to his inspiration too.
It was that's the GM that it was like MD of NET.
What do you call his name? Avna.
After.
What's his spelling?
HAFFNER.
Okay. Yoruba.
Lagos bar. There's a after street in Tinubu area.
What of your wife?
Oh, she's fine.
How have you been able to travel the journey?
Oh, she has been an inspiration. She has been a support, a pillar, and a pillar support, and I thank God that God gave me somebody that gave me life. He doesn't give me hustle. He supports me when I misbehave. He's always there for me anytime. So it's been a long journey.
On the last note, give advice to people that love you. They love Chief EZEKIEL Olasunmoye Fatoye. People that look at you, they're watching you in London, in America. People who have passed through your school of intellectual sagacity, who have passed through your school of entrepreneurial ability, and people who say Chief is a very different and rare gem when it comes to telecom business in Africa and in Nigeria.
I just want to say, thank them. They should keep on the flag. They should keep on flying the flag. Let us enjoy good communication. If Nigeria today has 150 million telephone subscribers for 200 million people, you find that we have got, when we are talking about 50 years ago, we have only 450,000 lines. Yeah. I mean, so that is nothing. Nothing. At independence, we have nothing. We don't have communication at all. We have about just maybe 100 something thousand lines. Yeah. So I thank God for everything. I think people should just contribute their own quotas to the development of the country, not the negative way, in like 419 or Yahoo.
Credit card.
Yes.